Alright, so now we have our effects layer. We've got this going on with the first word. Now we have this nice script, and what we want to do is actually have it so it looks like it's being written and spelled out. And fortunately, this already looks like it's a handwritten script, so that'll make it look even better. So what we need to do is grab this layer here. I have the artist layer, and we're going to use an effect, generate stroke. And this adds this effect here, which is going to be driven by paths that are using Bezier curves or Bezier curves, similar to how they're done in Illustrator. And the important thing to remember with these is that we're going to do them sequentially, which means that the first path that we draw is going to be the first one in the direction that we draw it, that it writes it. The second one is going to be the next one, and so on and so forth. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use the pen tool. I have this layer selected that I added the stroke effect on. I'm going to use the pen tool. And just like in Illustrator, I'm going to start to draw out, dropping in a point, and then grabbing the next point, trying to be in the middle, and just draw these curves out, which are going to control the mask itself. And as I do this, you can see it's starting to just follow along. And I want you to imagine that it's actually, let me use the control button. I'll be able to edit these and say, you know what, maybe I want that to be a little bit more here. Then I'll do my next one, my next one. And this is basically drawing out how I want the writing to look. Okay. So that would be my first stroke. I'm going to hold down Control, click away, or actually go to my point. Then I'm going to do my next one. And this one's going to go right down the middle. And we're going to see how this looks. Maybe grab that handle, kind of bury that up. And all we're doing is just basically making those curves. Tweak that out. And we're just basically laying this out. Trying to stay in the center and following that one's giving me a little bit of problem. I think I'm going to have to draw it out here and then correct that. There we go. That was a problem. I was actually going a little bit, going a little too far out. zooming out so that I couldn't see it as much, and that was giving us some issues there. There we go. Now let's say I want it to go like this. Now control left mouse clicking away, and then just from here to here to here. Oops, and I almost forgot the little dot for the eye. So if we just, I'm just going to do a little, see if we can do a little square reveal for that. Jinkies. There we go. Put that there. All right, so how do we know if this worked or not? Well, first inside of here, we have to basically go back to our selection. And I'm going to say all mask, stroke sequentially. And we could see that it's basically, it's all just popping in, but there's a few things we need to do to it, right? So for one, where it says the brush size, I'm going to increase that, and when I do that, you can see that it's covering up the text, and basically what this is this is acting as a gradient mask, and what that means is that it's actually going in and it's trying to use this stroke weight to actually hide where everything is at. So that's why I'm like tweaking it out right now, just so I can cover some stuff up. And I'm increasing that brush size so that when it actually goes, it's just going to reveal what's underneath it. Okay. So that's actually looking pretty good. Then, instead of on original image, I'm going to say reveal. And if we go here, there we go. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty sweet. So what we do is we key the end. So we set it to all mask, stroke sequentially, automatically checks. We increase the brush size so it actually covers up. It's basically, like I said, it's hiding the actual font and the text itself, right? And then from there, we basically go in and we switch the paint style from on original to reveal image. So what I need to do, let me zoom back out now that it's working, is I'm going to have it so that it reveals, let's say right about here. Let's move this forward. And let's say right about here is where it reveals. I'm just going to set it for there. So, under Artist, what we're looking for is the end. That's what we're going to be affecting. Stroke, end, and I'm going to key the end. And I always like to start when I want it to show up and then backtrack a little bit. And then I'll set it to 0 so that we get this effect here. Okay. Now when I click away from that, we go back here, let's see what happens. Instructor for motion graphics. I love sci-fi. I'm a geek, an artist, and a dad. And so that's how we did it. We just need to line it up with the sound.
I love sci-fi. I'm a geek, an artist.
So an artist needs to be over here. And so, go away. Stop that.
I love sci-fi. I'm a geek, an artist, and a dad.
Perfect. We like that. So that actually is working. I think I'll just move it just a wee bit. Since I didn't key the position, it won't affect it. If I want it to go slower, I will take that keyframe and I'll extend it out a little bit more so it takes longer.
I'm a geek, an artist, and a dad.
Yes. So that is basically how we do our big reveal. Our reveal to make it look like something is being written. And then the last movie will be basically just how to do these little blocks coming in and make it look like they are actually little blocks rolling in.